Okay, and here we are for part 2 of Big Al's pens. Let's see, let's choose this one right here. This is a unique one. This one comes from Rapture Resins. Looks like it's all white on this end. Never know what happens when we get inside. We'll have to see here. All right, let's go. So this one starts out at 0.8. Not a lot of room. A lot of glitter down this end here, all white on the other end. First thing we got to do is trim the wobble. Sounds like a rock band group name. Trim the wobble. All right. It'll be a little bit smaller than 0.71. Let's see what we got. It's pretty decent right there. Not bad. 0.67. Just a little bit down. Sometimes the blanks just have a little limitation. Maybe it's the pen turner. We never know. That looks good there. Let's come down this end here. Man, wow, a lot of chunks of plastic in there. That is like pure white. I don't think there's anything on the inside of that. I think it's all white down to the core. Thinking snow and icicles. That's what I'm thinking. Now, what do I do with that? Let me look at my list of designs. Haven't done a mustache in a while. I don't think handlebars will fit. Mentos definitely won't fit. Somebody ate my Mento. We could do gumballs. Could do Morse code, but that's not exciting enough for this one. Cheerios, double Cheerios. Vase. I don't think Vase would go good on this one. This is not an I Dream It. You know what? I wonder if I Dream a Genie. And you could use this end for the bottom of the magical ball, and the rest would be a flute up here. I wouldn't have thought I Dream a Genie was on here. I was saving that for a 4-die one, but this might be better. Okay, let's find the center. Wow, I Dream a Genie on this one. That's crazy. Let's go see how that's going to shape out. 5 1/4. There's the center. We're going to make the top of the Genie bottle right there, 1 1/8 from the center. We'll make the bottom of the Genie bottle 1 1/8 from the bottom. We'll make the top of the Genie bottle Right about there. We'll curve it in from there. That might be looking pretty good. That's going to be cool. That might look pretty nifty. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we'll go in there. Let me make sure I'm recording. Yep, I'm recording. That's good. Okay. This is not a live. This is recorded. Don't know if Memorial Day is a good day to go live, but we'll keep it to this right here right now. It's going to be the bottom of the bottle here. All right, now, and then we'll curve it in. Right about, let's see, you figure the flute's going to start up here. It's going to run till about there. All right. Shape it up nicely. Dang, that's looking pretty cool. We're going to leave this a little thick down here because we're going to finish this a bit like Fordite there because it's got those big chunks of plastic in there. I am going to make this look like it's coming out deeper in here. All right, I'm going to take this a little deeper to set it off. That looks pretty cool. All right, not pretty nice. All right, finish it up. Get all this junk picked up. All right, we'll turn the blower off. Get our diaper out. Get our 80 grit here. Makes a huge difference when I finish this glittery area with this low grit sandpaper. is when you're turning it, you're actually cutting off all those little chunks of plastic glitter, and it leaves some holes. So I find it better to finish it a little bit like Fordite, where you're not cutting it off, you're just sanding it down to where it needs to be. It's feeling pretty good. Getting better already. Feeling good. And I don't need to do the white with this because I'm just going to blend it here where they meet. But I don't need to do the white with it because the white is just pure resin and it's going to be cool. You know, with this white part up here, it almost looks like Lumiere. Almost looks like more of a candelabra than a vase. Okay, that's pretty good down there. We'll leave that alone now. We'll get out the regular paper. So my friend Troy Shipley, who is a really good blank maker, is teaching me about Zona paper, and I am slowly incorporating it into some of the things I'm doing, namely ink pens. I find it works there really well. Over here, I'm sort of stuck on my old process and am slowly bringing in the Zona paper. The funny thing about Zona paper is it doesn't even look like it's doing anything because it's such a high, fine grit. So I don't know how long to hold it there. I don't know how. Maybe it needs to be there less time, and I would go faster. I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually. That's for sure. Got plenty of years to figure it out. Spent all morning preparing for retreats, fixing cover minders and special gifts that we got for everybody. So that should be pretty fun. And of course, we've got some product. We've got an actual special retreat pen and some trays and cover minders for that and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be fun. Picking out the next blue silver thing. Good. Well, if you lay something more blue on top of it, it'll look bluer. Let me get a new piece for down here. Okinawa blue. Cool. It's a good color. Very bright. Is that going to be the final color? So what do we got? 3 on there now? Silver being final? Oh, okay. Hallelujah. We have a plan. Just feeling really good now. All right, getting near. This is the final sandpaper on this finish. All right. Let's polish her up. Pretty cool. It's like a half full bottle or a half full vase. This one here, right there. Looks pretty cool. You can do for those. You see. All right, let's go over to the other camera. Oh, did I have the wrong one on the whole time? Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's not live, but sort of got to be less than an idiot. Okay, so we're on the buffer right now. When I looked over, I thought it was on it. Oop, let me get the chamfer going here. And I really don't like all that glitter. It's like crunching potato chips. I don't know. I think the same effect could be achieved with less glitter. Yeah, there's always something with that glitter that's chunky potato chips. Oh, there's like a white thing in there. Thought it was a scratch, but it's not. No reflection as a scratch. And I'm now noticing this white is not pure white. There is glitter in that white. That's pretty cool. I thought it was a pure milk white, but there is actually some tiny glitter in that. Some looks like white glitter. It's not reflecting any colors, just light. Okay, so this white here, I'm not sure if you can see that glitter, but it is definitely a white glitter with a facet that just reflects light, no color. And there's a couple little streaks in here that I thought was a scratch or a piece of glitter, but it's not. It's white. One little down there too. I'm not sure what it's from. Crazy. Beautiful. I like that white. That is milk glass white. All right, let's go with a mermaid thing here.
Camera on correctly.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. Okay, here's the lathe view. What I needed is an executive producer and cinematographer so I can get it right. I need a dedicated cinematographer. That's what I need. Yeah. I think her hands are a little busy. Blower on. Okay, 0.71 on the money. Perfect. Installing one elephant's foot. All right, let's see where we're at on the measurement here. 0.72, pretty close. Trim it just a hair. Doesn't take a lot. There we go. Now, generally, these either get Cheerios or they get some gumballs to accentuate all these scales. We're going 2 gumballs here. Let's find the middle first. We get 2 deep gumballs. That'll make it look pretty cool. Okay, so if we're going to have 2 gumballs, we need 3 digs. We'll just measure those out. We don't need the dividers for that. Let's go with 3/4. Is that 3/4? No, that's 3/4 right there. So dig. No, I think it's going to be a little wider. Let's go all the way out to 15/16. Okay, that's what we'll do. All right, should be good. Call it 2 grape gumballs. Should be watching Diamond Painting Fanatics right now. Angel's going to be on there. telling her story. May have to watch it in repeat. All right. Regular sandpaper here. I don't believe that's perfectly round, and then I have to stop it. But what makes it feel lumpy or not round is the different material between the 3D printed part and the resin part. Very odd. Same thing with this one down here. It doesn't feel smooth, but when you stop it and look at it, it's smooth. It's just the different friction points for the two materials, the 3D printed shell that you pour into and the resin being smoother and the three-dimensional printed piece being grabbier or more friction bound. I'm not sure what the right word is. And even polished to a super sheen, still a little grabby. A little bit less, but still grabby. There we go. That's a pretty one. All right, let me swap the camera. All right, that looks good. Oh, I forgot to show you. Looks very nice. Wish there was a way to do a three-dimensional print from the center so these scales were all the way around. Right now they just go through and you get this sort of long elongated lines on the side, and then you get the pattern again. Be cool to have a three-dimensional from the center pattern. I'm not smart enough to figure that one out, but I'm sure somebody is. Okay. Got another Fordite on the pile here. Coming in. All right, now this one here, I don't know how this is going to come out because all of the lines in the Fordite are going this way, up and down. I think what I may have to do is dig in the center of them to see if I can't get those lines to stretch out a little bit and give a little character to them. I'll come out of here. I'll get some finger grips. We'll use the baseball bat so I can climb through these guys on the end and see what we can do in the middle there. All right, blower on. .68. It's a little bit thinner thing. Again, for a thicker grip on your pen, you definitely want to start out with a thicker blank. Just gives it more figure or more room for things you might want to do. And what I do is I take these in just enough to give some feature on the end. And that's a 0.74, so I got a little room on this one yet. All right, that should do it. I'm going to leave it a little fat in there because I'm going to sand down that Fordite. All right. That's going to be our finger grip. Let me give a little more climb on this one here. There we go. Same thing with this one here. All right, now, what I want to do is dive down in between these so I can get some separation of the lines on these guys. Let me find the center first. My brain always goes symmetrical, but sometimes you have to go asymmetrical. Like that's the, let's see, 2, and that's the center right there. And if I want to dive down here, I'm at 2 1/8. If I come 1 1/8 this way, it might be good. Might work out. Because I'm going to get some scoop on this side and that side. Now, to be fair, you could do any design you wanted on here. Two things I look at are the strength of the blank when I'm done and how much action I can get from these Fordite. And then since these are set in the way they would be, let me come down a little bit here. Since these are set in that way, I want to be able to get some action out of them. So I've got to go deep on them so that I can get some action vertically. I can tell already that this is a very flexible blank. These Fordite pieces being the weak points amongst them. So I've got to go very slow and very deliberate. I don't want to put much heat into the blank or pressure. Very gentle. Almost let the blank turn itself. Now, every one of these paint lines is essentially a weak point and a shear point for this blank because the way it's laid in there. I would have laid them horizontally just to give them a little bit more strength and less shear points. So once I get these down to the bottom, then I'll shape it a little bit, and then we'll finish it with the low grit sandpaper and additional sandpapers. So it'll be super smooth, super cool. And they're messing with my eyes a little bit because they're put in there just a hair at a slant, and it looks like they're wobbling when they're not actually wobbling. This would not be one pen that I would want to drop. All right, we will finish there. Feels very smooth. Now we're going to finish it up nicely. Blower is off. Diaper is in. Okay, we're going to get out the rough one here initially. Hardly even pressing it. I don't know how fragile it is, and I don't want to find out. It may be a whole lot stronger than I think. But it scares me so. The good thing is about being oriented this way inside the blank is you don't get those little chop points because they're not horizontal. What you ouching? What'd you hit? Oh.
I don't know what that's for. That with a glass window.
DIY for your home. Oh no, that's all the handles for the trays. Cabinet hardware, like cabinet pulls. Yeah, for the big trays. Yeah, that's cool. That's a good place for them. And you know, these vertical lines for the paint, you figure if you were painting a car, you would prepare the surface for that stuff to adhere very well. But this is just overspray onto the rack, layer after layer, and it's never really prepared for the next layer. So if there's a weak point in this paint, it could be one of the adhesion points between those layers of paint. It definitely won't be the resin to the first layer of paint that it's stuck to, because that's pretty adhesive type of quality. Good bond, I should say. Feeling good. Feeling very, very nice. All right. Again, Ford will look great. It just won't have that pizzazz like that topographical map look because of the way it's set into the resin. But hey, we'll see how this turns out. I might have a little bit of climby separation with some of these colors in the lumps. All righty. Here we go with the polish. Straighten out my rag. Really gets cattywampus when I get going there, doesn't it? And I think in some spots, the resin is still pretty thick on top of the Fordite because you can't make this particular pen too thin. There we go. Again, just like I predicted, got a little bit of separation here in the lump, but generally we have gorgeous looking Fordite lines. This, if these were all stacked together, that would make a really cool ink pen because that's some pretty tight lines there. Okay, let me swap cameras here. Let me chamfer out the edge of the ends here. All right. The Fordite is a pattern that is tight. You can't get with resin, so it looks pretty cool. There we go. She's all polished. Looks good. Now you'll notice there's some resin left on top of this Fordite here because this is a very large grip pen. And if you were to thin this down, the finger grip would feel weird. And if you made this too thin, you might take the risk of reducing these and its adhesion. So you want to make sure you're not taking too much of that away. Anyway, it looks very cool. I like it. Good colors. I like that blue or the, what is it? Aqua and glitter. All right. Let me swap the camera back. Here we go, number 4 for Big Al's Pens Part 2. First thing I'm going to do is turn the speed up a little bit. I'm going to peel. Let me just show you what I'm doing. So on this here, when you pour it down into the vertical mold, so you're going down into the mold, a lot of this sticks to the side of the mold like this right here. And there's something underneath that that's going to be a lot cooler looking, probably resembling some of this. So what we want to do is peel off a little bit, see what it looks like. All right, see, we peeled off. Yep. See, we're starting to reveal some of the coolness here. This is going to look neat. Okay. Not sure what we're going to do yet, but I think for this one, because it's all resin, we've done a lot of baseball bat ends, I'm going to do a little round pointy here. So we'll come in about 3/8 of an inch. Give us a little roundness here. Dig in there. And let's measure that, see how far we're in. 0.76, so we got a little bit more to go. .74, 0.75. We're heading to 0.71. .71.5. That'll work like a champ. Finishing will bring that down to where it needs to be. .71.5. Pretty good right there. Okay. Pink and gray. Yeah, it's getting some pretty cool designs there on the end as we unbury it. Very nifty. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do here? This might be a good candidate for, got to thin that one down a little bit. Oh, it's 5. How big is it? 5 and a little bit bigger than 5.5. So that's probably about the middle there, or 5.25, I should say. All right, let's go. Here we go. I swear that doesn't look like the middle. Let's see. 5 and a little bit more than a quarter. So yeah, it's about right in the middle there. Huh. Optical illusion, I'll tell you. Let's see what this one looks like here in a second. Finish this baby up. Smooth. Going to be some kind of design right here in the middle. I can see it peeking through right in that dip. Might have been a good move. All right, let's see what we get. Heck yeah, look at that. Got that pink got brighter in there. That's crazy. And the stuff this turns up. I'll chamfer these little edges here, and then I'll switch the cameras over. There we go. Get a little juice on here. So it's interesting. Super bright down here, and then on the outside, there's this sort of milkiness. This is like seeing through the clouds. That's pretty cool. All right, my friends, this is what we did this little time period. We did this Fordite blank with 4 pieces of Fordite in it, the aqua with the glitter. Then we did this super heavy big glitter end here and white with very super white glitter in there. Did a I Dream a Genie vase on there. It looks pretty cool because the bottom looks like it's full of something. And the top looks like it's empty. Then we did this Parting the Clouds here. And then we did this sea scales or mermaid scales type of pen. There you go. BigOwlsGuns.com. All right, we will close this one out now. Been going about 1 hour and 15 minutes. You all have a great day. I'm going to roll the outro. Bye-bye. See you in the next video.